Osama bin Laden is trending on social media because TikTokers, social media freaks, lowlifes are trying to put in perspective the point of view of Osama bin Laden. You're trying to rationalize and put in perspective Osama bin Laden? Why don't you go to the firehouses of New York City and talk to the firemen whose lives will never be the same because they lost their brothers, their co-workers, their friends, whose lives will never be the same because they were down there at the rubble digging out their co-workers, their brothers, their friends from the rubble? Why don't you TikTok go to the firehouses of New York and talk that to the firemen of New York? You wouldn't dare do it. You wouldn't dare fucking do it. How dare you try to rationalize anything that has to do with Osama bin Laden, terrorists, trying to reread and re-understand Osama bin Laden's letter to America, his letter to America, and anybody that's trying to rationalize it. I said a couple of weeks ago on this podcast that nobody would dare rip down posters of hostages. Nobody would dare rip down posters of people that were missing after 9/11, but I was wrong. They would do that now. These sick, wacky, radical left freaks, these self-loathing, self-hating kooks who 4 years, who have been complaining about how they're identified by their pronouns, who have gotten participation trophies, they would rationalize, they would rip down posters of missing people after 9/11. That these are sick, mentally ill, self-loathing Go to the families, the 3,000 plus families of mothers, fathers, loved ones that were killed by Osama bin Laden's terrorist attack, and try to rationalize and discuss and reimagine the point of view of Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden got what the fuck he deserved, a bullet in the head. He's a piece of shit. Who cares about his point of view? You rationalize these people? I was thinking today, in prison, what do they do with rapists? They f them in the ass. Rapists get the Wonder Bread bag and olive oil treatment. Rapists get stabbed up, beaten up, raped, abused, extorted in prison because they're the bottom of the bottom. Hamas ravages through kibbutz in Israel, raping, murdering, burning babies, and motherfuckers are trying to rationalize and understand them. The fuck is going on here? The fuck is going on here? This from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free is being discussed as, well, it doesn't mean this. It's only an impassioned cry for Palestinian people to be free. I was thinking, well, people should start saying, well, I say the N-word. I'm white and I say the N-word, and I only say it because I love black people, and I know that black people call each other the N-word. So me as a white person, if I'm saying the N-word, I'm only doing it as a sign of respect. I would love to see people try that. I would love to see people try that. Rashida Tlaib, all these other people like, well, it doesn't mean that to me. It doesn't. What if I said N-word this, N-word that? I said, well, it doesn't mean that to me. You think that's going to stop me from me being canceled, or from anybody else getting their ass kicked or being canceled? Hell no. The last 5 weeks, they're like, well, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. It doesn't mean that to me. It means that to us. It means that to the people of Israel. It means to Jewish people and the people of Israel, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Means that you want to extinguish Israel. You want to come up with a new chant that's not as offensive? Come up with a new chant, a new slogan. Come up with a new jingle. That jingle is offensive. It's frightening. It means the extermination of Israel and the destruction of Israel, the extermination of all Jewish people from the river to the sea. You can't get from the river to the sea without going through Israel. Said it once, Israel's not going anywhere. So it might not mean that to you, but it means it to us, to Jewish people, and certainly means to the people of Israel that you want to extinguish Israel. And that ain't happening. Everybody's got an excuse for the terrorists. Everybody's got an excuse for the terrorist jingles. Everybody's got an excuse, and you want to try to understand rapists There was just some guy got convicted of rape in prison, in jail. He raped a child, a 5-year-old. He's being executed. No one's going, what was he thinking? What happened to him? What happened to him? Did someone take his land? 75? Nobody's thinking that